So my school year just ended, and I was thinking about everything that happened this year, and the first thing that came to my mind was just how awful the school lunches were. I cannot believe these things are real. Look at this, like this has to be slowly killing us. We probably have a set amount of school lunches that we can consume before our bodies just like completely fucking implode. What's even worse is the fact that we had to pay for this when last year everything was free. And we're not even getting better food this year. We are paying for the same food that we got for free last year. I mean, it is the exact same food. We really just got finessed. Also, the people in charge of public school lunches have to be all off a fucking perk, because no way you can look at and taste this food and think kids should be eating it. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you my school lunch experience. The moment you get into the lunchtime mindset is the moment the lunchtime experience begins. And for me, this starts during the middle of second period as I'm sitting in math class, bored out of my goddamn mind. I start getting hungry and then daydream about some tasty food. And then every day I'm disappointed when I realize that I'm probably going to be eating some mutant looking grimy ass just disgusting school food. I don't know about you guys, but I've never had a craving for school lunch. I've never once been like, wow, I just can't wait to eat some dry cardboard pizza and then have to wash it down with some musty ass expired chocolate milk. The crazy thing is, school lunch used to be pretty good. I remember back in the day, we had these warm nachos with perfectly melted cheese, and I'm not gonna cap, they were fire. They also used to have these cheesy crust breadsticks, and they slap. But man, I don't know what happened. Once I got to high school, the lunches fell off harder than Fetty Wap. So after second period ends, it's finally time for lunch. And right when that bell rings, you gotta start booking it, because if you wanna have time to eat your food, then you're gonna have to secure yourself a spot in the front half of the lunch line. And trust me, this is not an easy task. You're gonna be running against some demons. I mean, these type of people may not look like they're fast, but when their food is on the line, they turn into Tyreek Hill. So now most likely you were not fast enough and you have to wait in line for 20 minutes. And after waiting, it's finally your turn to get some food. So you grab your typical red tray, and then you may be wondering, what kind of gourmet grub is on the menu? So coming up first is Big Daddy's Pizza. Yes, that's what the school calls it, and it does not deserve that title. No person that goes by the nickname of Big Daddy would ever lay their godly hands on this shitty pizza. Let me describe it. Just imagine eating a dry, cold piece of cardboard with a thin layer of cheese and some red paint. If I had to rate this meal on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it like a 3.5. Next up, we got the chicken filet sandwich, and my god, these things are disappointing. They're always so dry that you have to drown them in ketchup to make them somewhat edible. They're also so raw that they could probably get up and still cross the fucking road. A couple of weeks ago, I actually got one of these, and you could see the outline of a creature's body. Like, I could shake hands with that specimen. If I had to rate this meal, I'd probably give it like a 4.7. Yeah, that's about right, because it's definitely better than the pizza. Next up, we got the pepperoni and cheese calzones, and I think the school is trying to kill us. They are painted with grease, and the heartburn that these things cause is criminal. After eating these, I am begging for some Tums. My rating for this one would probably be a 5.5, because even though these give me heartburn, this is probably the best tasting lunch. I'm not gonna go over everything, but lastly, the milk. I mean, every school on earth I feel like has Trumu. Honestly, it gets a bad rep, but I don't think it's terrible. The only bad thing about it is when it's expired, and I've encountered expired chocolate milk too many times. That sour taste is engraved in my mind, but when it's not expired, the milk is pretty good, so I gotta give them their props on that one. But the crazy thing is, chocolate milk may get banned in cafeterias to combat childhood obesity. Like, if you're gonna ban chocolate milk and try to force healthy eating habits on kids, then you might as well just ban every other food that's being served too. Like, for the love of God, just please get rid of the greasy barnacle burgers too. I mean, these things are just hideous. Like what is this? My shits look better than these. Okay, back on topic. So now that you have one of those meals that look less edible than the tray it's on, it's time to type in your lunch number to pay for your food. 915. Hey honey, you need to take a fruit or veggie. God damn it. Yeah, those lunch ladies that are built like linebackers and sound like chain smokers basically hold you hostage until you take a bruised apple or some raw baby carrots. Take an apple, kid. No. To take it. No, you're too much of a bitch to shoot me. On a serious note though, most of the lunch ladies are chill, and it's not their fault that the food sucks. They're just serving us what the school is giving them, so cut them some slack. Okay, so after you respawn, you walk to your lunch table and sit down. You probably have around 15 minutes-ish, give or take, to eat your slop. And then there's always that one dickhead who had the perfectly cut V-shaped peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that his mom made, and he says, "Bro, are you really gonna eat that?" Watch me, pussy. 15 minutes have now passed, and now it's time for gym class. You start the daily workout and your fat gym teacher makes you do some push-ups. And then it hits you. You gotta go. So you speed walk to the bathroom. Then you walk in and go to the back right stall, and you commit heinous war crimes on that toilet. And you are just absolutely bombing that toilet like Osama. You are now the toilet terrorist. And that toilet has to suffer a fate worse than death. All because of the school lunch and what it does to our stomachs. Sadly, that marks the end of the school lunch experience, and that's about it for today. If I never see you again, have a good life, you random person on the internet.